don't know why this is looking like this. Okay, that's better. Hey, y'all. It's me, Vegan Granny, back with another video. I'm trying to force myself into feeling good, because I have been coughing since Christmas night. And I was actually coughing before that. Like, I don't know. I think it's the heat. Like, I have the heater on. I think the house is just dry. And that dry heat is just not doing anything for my asthma. I think it's asthma. But anyway, I'm going to go get it checked tomorrow. I'm going to go to the doctor and just make sure it's not anything else, because I do have asthma. And my breathing has been slightly abnormal. So, I don't know. I'm just going to have it checked just to make sure. But, child, Miss Debbie Reynolds, we got to say rest in peace to her. She was doing the funeral arrangements for Princess Leia and had a stroke and passed away. And, you know, when I heard that she had a stroke, I'm like, this lady ain't gonna make it. I heard she didn't just lost her daughter. She ain't gonna pull through no stroke. And child, later on, they came on the news and said that she had passed. I'm telling you, the pain of grief that's one of the hardest things that I've ever had to deal with, was losing my mother. I don't even know how I survived losing my mother. I think the only way that I was able to survive losing my mother was going to therapy. I did an entire year of grief therapy. I had a grief therapist. I saw her twice a week. And I think that's the only way that I was able to make it. Like, I was with my husband, but we had just got in a relationship. Like, just really got together when my mom got sick, real sick. And, you know, I'm not going to say I didn't. I loved, him at the time. But we weren't like we are now, of course, because we're married now. But when my mom passed away, it just took something from me. Like, I'm an only child. I'm her only child. She adopted me when I was 5 years old. Like, she was my uncle was her wife. And they were going, to adopt me jointly. But my uncle passed away before the adoption was final. And she, raised me like I was her child. Like, she could not have loved me anymore if she had birthed me in this world. You know what I mean? So when she passed away, I did not know what to, like, I didn't know what to do with myself. Like, I literally wanted to die. I contemplated how I could die. I wanted to die. I didn't want to live. I mean, I had kids. I think I only had one granddaughter. I think I only had one grandbaby at the time. Or two. No, I think I had two. A girl and a boy. I didn't care about them. I didn't care about my kids. I didn't care about anything. My mother just died. That was the only thing that I cared about. So, I can see Debbie Reynolds. After she had that stroke, she probably just gave up. She was like, it ain't nothing here for me to fight for. I think if I had got sick or something right after my mom had passed away, I probably wouldn't have fought either. I'd have been in the hospital like, forget this, Jesus, you come on, take me now. Because I'm not fighting for nothing. If I get sick now, I want to be here. You gonna know if something happened to me, Big and Granny went down with a fight. I'm not about to give up now. But it took me a minute to get to that point after losing my mother. Like, everything in the world seemed like it changed. Like, colors and everything seemed dull. Everything seemed gray. You know, I couldn't hear birds chirping. Grief is a extremely heavy, dark emotion. It can smother you to death. Seriously, grief will just take you to glory. Do you hear me? Like, I didn't know what to do with myself for a long time. I was so unhappy. And I know that's not what my mother wanted. Like, she talked to me, you know, she was preparing me for her death. She wanted me to be happy. You know, she kept telling me, you know, all of these great things to live for. You know, you're such a beautiful person. You're fun. People love you. I want you to go ahead and live your life because I lived mine. She was 93 years old. So, you know, she was here. She saw a lot of things. She shared a lot of things with me, and she didn't want me to give up, but she knew in the back of her mind, my daughter could actually lose her mind after I die because I know her. And it was difficult. It was hard. Do you hear me? It was hard. But after a while, I started to, you know, I was able to think about all of those good times and the things that she had instilled in me and the times that we shared together. And now I can look back on those things and laugh. So I really think that Debbie Reynolds she went to that dark place and she had that stroke and she just said, forget it. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. I'm going with my daughter. And she did. And, you know, you feel bad for the people that are left behind because now not only do they have to bury their sister, I think she had it's one more child left. And I know that Carrie Fisher had a daughter. So not only does he have to bury his sister, he has to also bury his mother. And so, you know, we gonna send some prayers to that family because that's devastating. Like, I couldn't imagine losing my mom one day and then turn around and lose somebody else that I love too. I probably would have jumped off the nearest bridge. I probably wouldn't. But I probably would have felt like it. So, pray for them. I know that they are going through it. But when death knocks on our door, we just have to deal with it and we have to keep pushing. And I feel like if I can keep pushing, being an only child, only having one parent that loved me to death and then losing that one parent, if I can survive it and still stay crazy and be happy and go on to, you know, have a good marriage and all of this stuff that I have, then other people can too. I know it's difficult, but if you want to be happy, you have to work on your happiness. And one thing I started doing after my mom passed away was I started to crochet. That was when I learned how to crochet. So let me show y'all this because I'm already at 9 minutes and I'm about to go. Look at this beautiful, y'all see them sequins? Look at that. This is some beautiful yarn. So I made this scarf. I was going to give it away, child. But I can't give this away. This is too pretty. What is my husband going to say? Because it's got this real pretty, I had to mix this maroon plain color in with the rest of this because this sequence yarn is $8 a ball, and the ball was only about that big, and I didn't have enough for a whole scarf, so I had to mix these two colors together. But this is some kind of beautiful, honey. I'm gonna keep my scarf. I don't know. I might be nice and give it away, but probably not. But this is what I did this week. I think it took me like 2 days to do this. And then I have another one that I made also. So I'm going to be back later because I got to tell y'all who I had a conversation with last night. A young lady who makes YouTube videos. She didn't like a comment that I made on her channel. But oh well. The truth hurt, Bobo. I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Bye.